How you doing, Mr. Ginchev?
Good, Mr. Flowers. How have you been?
I'm all right.
All right. Um, thank you so much, first of all, of inviting me in your classroom last time. It was a great experience. So please tell me, how do you think it's go or went? And please let's follow the rubric. Tell me about Standard 6 assessment. Then we're going, please tell me, how do you think, how did you feel its goals planning for the instruction, specifically differentiating to meet the needs of the students? And lastly, Standard 8 is instructional strategies. How did you do you think it's went?
I think it went pretty good. Yeah, the students seemed to grasp the information. I pre-assessed them with a pre-assessment question to check for understanding. What do bees do and why are they important? So I just wanted to just pre-assess. So that was my pre-assessment question with um um standard 6, and then so they did pretty good on the post
Hmm.
assessment. The exit ticket was my post assessment. They did good with that. That was what was the central idea, and give me one detail that supported it. So they did that independently, and I collected that for data. And from the data that I saw, they did pretty good.
Okay.
As far as the differentiation of instruction,
Let's come back to the
okay.
planning for the instruction. Oh, yeah, that's part differentiation. Okay, go ahead.
Um, I think that was pretty good. I did for that some differentiation of instruction. I provided opportunities. Well, I'll just start with the three students. KW, I gave him some different modifications and differentiation of instruction and provided opportunities for verbal explanation, so he could just talk about what he was going to write before he
Okay.
wrote it. And I assigned him to a leadership role in a group discussion. Other differentiation for instruction was broke it down into smaller tasks for some students, and provided clear step by step instructions on what they're supposed to be doing. And I checked a lot, frequent checks for checking for understanding, a lot of checking for understanding. And also, another differentiation was sentence starters. So I gave them a worksheet, and that worksheet was a lot of sentence starters. I also did read aloud support, and I gave them highlighters to highlight stuff um, in the book for visual support, visual vocabulary support, and just read aloud support.
Okay. And let's go to the Standard 8 instructional strategies.
Instructional strategies.
That is, how do you work with other adults to provide better instruction? How do you ask questions? How do you provide varieties of
Um,
um,
Instructional strategies. I use questioning to activate prior knowledge. And I tried to engage them through writing. We did some sentence modeling. So I modeled some sentences. Had another teacher, one of the other teachers, modeling um, some of the answers, and prompting. That was another thing some of the other assistants did. Quite frankly, that was probably something that I need to improve on with my lesson. Was getting
all
some
right.
other adults involved, like we talked about.
Okay. So I will give you the feedback in the same order. I will start with the assessments. I saw you had quite a few assessments over the lesson. You did the pre-assessment to see that was the second lesson on bees. So you check for understanding what they knew already, previous information, and this activated the children to get on the topic. Then you ask additional questions. For this one, we've got to continue. This is my feedback: continue giving more time to the kids to answer the question. And if the kid doesn't answer the question correctly, please ask the other kids before telling them that they're wrong. Please ask the other kids, do you agree with him? Why or why not? So that will make it more discussion, and other kids will be listening because you can cold call them, and that will keep them engaged with what's going on. Now, another feedback I will give going with the question is, every question that you're planning to ask him, please put it into the slide. Your slides are getting better, usage of technology improving, that's fantastic, but please put these questions over there so it keeps you on track and guides you through the lesson. And then when they're answering the questions, then you can put a second slide that answers the questions after everybody is answered, and give them a little bit more detail so they can repeat it. Also, I would like to see sentence starters. You can put it in, I can help you on your walls. Um, in my opinion, and then they say the opinion, and my opinion is supported by, and they say what they will do, and we can do this one, place it on your walls or put it in the slide so the kids can look at it. The final test, of course, assignment at the end, they did it on their own and they submitted it, and you say they did pretty good and understand what's going on. On number 7, we've got planning for instruction. You did pretty good planning, and also differentiation. We've got visual learners. You had your um, slides, which were really good. Kids were able to see it. Then also for um, your auditory learners, they were able not only to see the text, but they were able to hear it and highlight. Um, and by the way, how did they do in this activity? Did they highlight what they needed?
Yeah, they were highlighting some things that they found like interesting. Some of them did
Uh-huh.
better than others. Some of them grasped what they're supposed to be doing a little bit better than others. But it was better than expected. I think they did better than what
Okay.
I was expecting them to do.
So
So
I
I,
know you know better your students than I do know them,
yeah.
but I saw in your program a option that you can slow down the reading pace. I think that might benefit your kids if you'd like to slow it down and see if they're going to do better. But you've got visuals on the site, you have the vocabulary. One thing I will recommend is when you ask them to use the vocabulary when they're writing in your assessment, please make sure this slide has the vocabulary. It's what's on the site, but also make sure you've got the vocabulary and starting frames for these kids so they can write in complete sentences. I
Okay.
think that will be very beneficial. And if you find it, if you think it's going to be beneficial for the kids, let's include it in the slide so they can see it.
Okay.
And lastly, I'm going to go to 8, standard 8 instructional strategies. So one thing that I noticed, and you already know about it, we've got to incorporate those that we already got. And also I will give you feedback when the kids work on their own, just circulate between them, because you know coward kids, sometimes they are ashamed to ask the question, sometimes they just do something and they say I'm done with my work. Please walk and ask him, and if they don't use the frames, you can ask him, this is the frame in my opinion because I need to see it, can you please write it that way? And eventually the kids will learn and they will use the structure in their writing. So this is my feedback for you. Um, I will help you with adults as much as I can. I know sometimes it's difficult, but for personally for you, I would like to see you moving more and talking to the kids when they're doing working on their own or even in small groups. Just go and listen for their discourse, guide them, keep them focused on what they need to do. Okay, this is my feedback. The lesson was really good. Once again, absolutely fantastic behavior management. I know some of these kids, and I know how they might be acting in your class. They are absolutely fantastic. So kudos for this one. And we're going to work on anything else. Do you have any questions for me?
No. So you said you were help with that adult assistance.
Yes, I
Okay.
will try my best. I will connect with them and have a healthy conversation because they can help you a lot.
Okay, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Absolutely. That's all. Do you have, besides that, any questions?
Oh, sir.
Thank you so much, Mr. Flowers. Please send me your next lesson plan, so we can start working on it early and get it done.
Yes, sir. Yeah,